His master's voice.
Because once you enter this family, there's no getting out.
There may be more that we don't know about Eugene than what we do know. But what we do know is that Eugene's got not one, but two masters, Tony Soprano and the FBI.
What? No, it's a mistake. Oh my God.
Trying to get away from just one of those people or things is hard enough, if not impossible. But both?
No fires.
Eugene got himself into not one, but two fires. 3, if you count the card burning during his making ceremony.
Tony doesn't want any fires.
This family comes before everything else. Everything. Before your wife.
He's thinking about it. What do you want me to tell you?
How many years have we dreamt about this? To get out of this shit? I mean, every time someone we know gets arrested...
I know. Will you stop?
I'm worried, Gene.
Everybody's worried.
No, I am worried all the time.
We've already made the offer.
Yeah, well, you haven't heard ours yet.
I'm doing everything I can.
Why are you fighting?
And your children.
How come you're not in bed,
I don't know.
You stay within the family. And repeat after me. May I burn in hell.
May I burn in hell.
Speaking of hell, how the hell did Eugene get himself into this mess?
How many years have we dreamt about this? To get out of this shit?
Wait. Just a second. How many years have you dreamt about this? Eugene, you just had your making ceremony a few years back.
Huge problem.
While we don't know when exactly Eugene flipped, there's no question that he did, and we see it for ourselves at the beginning of season 6. But it wasn't like he just got picked up by the FBI for the first time there. One of the agents even says, "Haven't heard from you in a while."
It's a privilege. Hardworking guy. Wife and 2 kids. Performing a civic duty we should all take part in. Hardworking guy. Wife and 2 kids. Performing a civic duty we should all take part in.
What happened to the jury tampering investigation on Junior Soprano's trial?
Actually,
You guys just dropped the ball on that?
So we know that the government's investigation into the jury tampering was unsuccessful. They didn't come up with anything. So I doubt that's how they got Eugene.
The way things are shaping up, you're a designated hitter.
Do me a favor, huh? Hold this.
Whenever I get to this scene with Eugene, I think about why he went into such a rage over little Polly's comment. And it could very well have been that he was frustrated with things going on in his life in the background, like being brought in by the FBI, for example.
Hey, you're right. I'm sorry. I meant to hit you in the fucking mouth.
It's kind of funny if we go to the episode Christopher at the beginning of season 4. If Eugene was wired up here, he sure wasn't doing a good job by blowing his nose over and over.
No distortions, no throat clearings, no fucking nose blowing.
Council Chairman Del Redcliffe, Professor of Cultural Anthropology.
Stop blowing your nose, I want to hear it.
Anyway, Silver Cloud, she did pretty well. She was married to Victor Borger's agent.
She left me an inheritance, Tone.
Just over $2 million. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. Dan and me and the kids, you know how much we love Florida, right?
What, do you want to put some money on the street down there?
Retiring there, actually.
Retiring?
Quick side note, the Uncle Pat story about retiring and almost committing suicide reminds me of Eugene, with a much happier outcome, of course, for Uncle Pat.
But they let him retire to this farm upstate New York. He had the hiccups for like a year. He almost committed suicide because of it.
Hey, there he is. Where you going?
Kevin's. Who else is going to be there?
Gene.
I don't know.
What's with this hostility all the time? You want to smack in the mouth?
I told you I'm not getting high anymore.
I believe you.
Did Eugene get mixed up with the government because of his son, like how Carlo presumably did?
You there?
His kid, the imbecile.
Jason. He got picked up yesterday, Patsy told me.
For selling ecstasy.
I found this under our son's bed.
We know heroin made Christopher a big liability. Perhaps it did the same thing to Eugene's son, and by extension, to Eugene.
I don't know what I was thinking. For you, your taste.
The inheritance. Don't confuse money with caring.
You know, I didn't want to say nothing with your aunt and all. But this is thoughtful.
What do you think?
That if we lose this house, I'm gonna die.
The way things shaped up, Eugene became a designated hitter. Tony tells Eugene to make sure that he invests it, the $2 million inheritance. Eugene did invest it. He invested some of it in Tony, but it didn't make a difference.
Florida thing. Tony asked me to speak to you. That's a no-go. What? Can't be accommodated.
Whatever the circumstances were that led to Eugene getting stuck working with the government, did his wife not know about that? Because regardless of Tony Soprano, he could say, all right, fuck Tony Soprano. It seems like Eugene's trying to keep her from everything. And inevitably, it's not working. In fact, Eugene's wife even warns him.
I mean, every time someone we know gets arrested...
I know. Will you stop?
I'm worried, Gene.
Essentially acting like she's worried that that might happen to him in the future. Not in the sense of, you're already cooperating.
So where you been, buddy? Haven't heard from you lately.
Busy, My kid has some problems.
Thing is, Gino, you gotta keep in touch with me.
His family comes before everything else. Everything.
You're gonna have a chance to help out in even more important ways.
Look, Ron, we talked about Florida, okay?
And I'm playing shortstop for the Mets.
Gene, that's not gonna happen.
Here, among your friends, is where you're useful.
Is this all part of your plan, Ron? Make me so fucking depressed that I hang myself?
Boy, Anthony must have really gotten under your collar.
Well, can I talk to Tony at least? I wouldn't bother him. He's out on a new boat.
It's like adding insult to injury. Don't bother Tony with this right now. He's on his boat. For all Eugene knows, it's a boat that Tony bought with the share of Eugene's aunt's inheritance that he just gave to Tony. Two things can be true at the same time. I can feel badly for Eugene and his family, and question why he'd let things get so far without at least telling his wife what's going on as a last resort, so she could at least understand the playing field before he takes this final step from which there's no coming back.
Then God forbid, if you get sick or something happens and you can't earn, we'll take care of you, because that's part of it.
If you think about it, Eugene might be one of the biggest rats of all. He was lying to not one, but two families, and also lying to himself.
Who wouldn't like to take the easy way out?
Maybe the poor fuck was suffering from inoperable cancer or some shit.
If you think about it, Eugene had more like 3 masters. He might as well have had inoperable cancer with the position that he was in.
His son, the drugs, maybe.
I knew him better than anybody, but still.
Good thing Tony never heard about him killing himself, at least. Got enough on his plate.
So, when do you think Eugene flipped? If I had to make my best guess, I'd say somewhere in season 5, after Jack Masserone was killed, and before Unidentified Blackmails, season 5, episode 9.
Cifarella's the only one who knows how to handle the Esplanade? Put Pontecorvo in there.
After Tony killed Ralph, maybe that's exactly what he did with Eugene Pontecorvo at the Esplanade. And maybe the FBI got to him there somehow. What do you think about his story as a whole? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Sopranos Blueprint.